Hey, good afternoon, guys. I hope everyone is doing great, just like how markets are doing right now. So I will start off with the market updates because it's been a long time and there was nothing much to update about the markets because they were very range bound and no, nothing big to speak about that in the last weeks. But something happened, at the middle of November, like which we all know that everybody were expecting Donald Trump to get elected as the 47th president of the United States. Um, this time it was very special election because all the presidents traditionally have been against crypto in the past in the United States because US is the home of US dollars and they don't want that hegemony of US dollar to come down in any way like around the world. But even if they adopt Bitcoin, and I don't think that would have caused any problem to, to US dollars, because that's the way how Donald Trump is looking at it. But somewhat they were all bought by rich and powerful, by large corporations. Somewhat they didn't want to make Bitcoin happen in United States. And the US is the country which is having, highest number of billionaires. It's kind of like very rich country. Um, Although we are seeing a decline in the wealth, but still the most of the wealthy people are in US. So a large amount of money is there. So US is a very, very, very important market. It's a very important market not only for BCUBE or B3X, but it's extremely important market for the entire crypto industry or entire financial industry. So we cannot discount US so easily. But so far, the regulations from the SEC, from various other organizations like FinCEN, which is also in US, they were not so encouraging and they were not very supporting for the crypto industry. That's why we saw SEC going after Ethereum, SEC going after BTC, SEC going after XRP, and SEC going after Uniswap. They went after literally everybody. So even some of the innovators, like the founder of Tornado Cash, which is a privacy-based swap, kind of a software. Even he was sent to prison, but he was just a developer, like who developed it, and he didn't make anything to make it happen. So all these are happening in United States. It's extremely important for US to be more receptive, more open to crypto, more open to this industry, and that was not happening, and now it is going to happen. So that Donald Trump has made a separate organization, Doge, like Department of Government Efficiency, that is also having Vivek Ramaswamy. So all these people are pro Bitcoin, pro crypto, and pro, like forward looking people, like young people. They have like so much of innovation. And of course, if Elon Musk is there, Elon Musk is not a human being, in my opinion. He's some kind of a god man for 21st century because this crazy, like mofo, like like he can literally do anything, and I'm in love with this guy because for me, like, he's a kind of an avatar or a kind of a god incarnate or something. Otherwise no one can do what he does. You cannot say anything less than that about Elon Musk. So all these people are going to make America great again, really, as Donald Trump always used to say. That was his caption for his presidency, and I think really that is going to happen this time. So markets have gone up a lot. Before the elections, we were hanging around like 55 to $65,000 on Bitcoin. Now we have gone up to $99,000. I think in just a matter of few days, we will see that six-digit magical figure of $100,000. So after that, what happens? That's the big question everyone has, and also a lot of people are already speculating how hard the market can crash after that, and when that will be. Is it going to be at 125? Is it going to be at 150? Look, um, if it was just about like every cycles, like what we were having, different cycles in the past, like we had a very big cycle between 2017 to 2018, then we saw a bear market. Again, we saw some big cycle in 2020, 21, we saw a bear market. So if you are talking about that kind of cycle, 24 to 25, I would say that probably it would cap around 150, $170,000 on Bitcoin. But now it's not just about the cycle here. The cycle is there, which is always coming like once in 4 years, right? That cycle is always there. But in addition to that cycle, something more has been added, which is very positive thing coming from US. So if really US gets more open to crypto, and even there are some rumors that Donald Trump wants to, like remove the taxation, long-term capital gains on crypto. So all these reforms and a lot of money coming into it, and a lot of like big institutions like BlackRock is already in, Morgan Stanley is already in, JP Morgan is already in, so many more multi-billion dollars hedge funds and asset managers, if they start to come to crypto, that is going to blow it up. So this time it's very difficult for me to say what will be the top of Bitcoin for this cycle. Because if it's kind of like an analysis based on the past, which is simply because of some new innovation coming into the space, so something is happening. Because 2017 was a space when new chains started to come and they started to gain traction. Like Ethereum was there already, and people were speaking about Cosmos and various ecosystems, Polkadot, many other things. So that was a time like when it was a chain driven rally, blockchain driven rally. In 2020-21, we saw, emergence of DeFi, NFTs and metaverse and all these things. So that was driven more by a new technological outlook. But in 2024, honestly, there is no such kind of strong narrative. Let's take it with a pinch of salt, because many people are speaking about real world assets, RWA, but real world assets are nothing new. It has always been, in existence. So absolutely there is no innovation there, but what was already existing, that came on chain, that came on blockchain. But besides that, is it something completely new? I don't think so. Real world assets are not nothing new. Gold was there since thousands of years. Real estate was there, and everything was there already. So there is absolutely no innovation. So I was really wondering like what can be the next thing. And like people were speaking about deep in, but deep in is already a crowded space, which is a decentralized physical infrastructure network. Look, I've been going to so many conferences, like hundreds of conferences so far since past couple of years. I'm speaking to industry leaders. I'm speaking to, like all the CEOs of big companies, big projects. There is no such person like whom I have not met. Actually, I met all these people, and I'm having a very deep conversation with them. But whenever I'm speaking, I come to the same conclusion. Between a blockchain A and blockchain B, there is not much difference. And all these people are able to raise $300 million, $200 million because they know someone very big, very closely. That's all. It's purely network effect. Otherwise, there is nothing else. Absolutely nothing. Zero. If you're just digging into these things, like technically, if you see their GitHubs, if you try to compare their code structure and what they are doing, parallel execution, settlement layers, aggregated layers, like, okay, they're just throwing around these words because 99% of them don't understand these terms, or they understand in a way in which which is not the way how it has to be seen. But I do understand these things, and I have like many experts around me with whom I discuss with these things to understand more. So there is absolutely no innovation on the blockchain space. There is absolutely no innovation on real world assets or anything that they are talking about, or a deep in or something. It's very crowded, heavily crowded. DAI, I don't understand at all, because decentralized AI is something like there is one layer where you will decentralize it. There is another layer like where you will keep it for yourself. I don't know how they are going to make money out of it if everything is open. Or if something is open, I don't know why it has to be open. Why something has to be decentralized always, I don't know. And why something has to be centralized always, even I don't know. But I am just telling you, like, there is no necessity for everything to be decentralized or centralized. So just because something is decentralized, it doesn't mean it is something sexy. So something, if it is completely centralized, it doesn't mean it's an evil. Nothing. So many things have been centralized since a long time and they are going on fine. Many things are decentralized and they are not going good. I will just give you an example. Akash network, like which is listed on Bybit, KuCoin, and everything except I think Binance. It's listed on all the exchanges. So the founder of this company, I happened to meet him in the United States. So we had a nice chat, and very nice guy, very very good guy. I have deep respect for what he has built, because to build such things is not so easy. I know the pain of it. So he's a very nice guy, very nice human being. So we had a chat. And then once we finished the chat, then when I went to the public and I was asking them like, are you using Akash network or any other deep in network? Because before the Filecoin was just a storage. We all know FIL coin, like which is also $1 billion company. Now Akash network is a storage and computation, which means you are not just storing your files, but you can compute your network. So all the mathematical formulas and running a program, it's possible on the cloud. So it's Filecoin is just storage. Akash network or Deepin is not just storage, but it's computation too. So it's a computation layer and storage layer. So there is both the things in one. So that is Deepin basically. So when I was speaking to a lot of people, like they were saying like, no, I'm not using, I'm thinking of it and everything. But somebody asked me like, will we use it for B-cube to run our models on our AI models on Akash or any other kind of Deepin? My answer was no. And you know why? Um, because currently what's happening is like Deepin, all these computations and storage is happening on GPUs. So it's like you are having 10 GPUs at your home and I'm having 10 GPUs. And let me say like all the people who are here on the call, everybody have 10 GPUs. So right now all the computation is running on my GPU and I will switch off my computers and I'll switch off my infrastructure. So it stops here and it goes to, for example, who is on my list first here? Tom. So it goes to Tom. So if Tom switches off his computer, it will go to Dennis or it go to Simon, someone like that. So what if all the people have switched off our computers? Then there is nothing to compute. So it's a kind of risk, right? And we cannot rely on these kind of decentralized networks for our kind of works. And even like if let's say that if everything is running, even if everything is running, if I have a problem, for example, I will go to AWS customer support because we are a big customer of AWS. We have a direct line to contact their customer care and they will solve our problems in 20, 30 minutes. We can be on the call with them. But we cannot do that with decentralized infrastructure. So whom are we going to call? We don't even know whom this GPU belongs to or in their marketplace. So there is a huge risk there, and the space is getting too much crowded. There are like millions of deep in projects now and having very little differences. So few people will survive, and most of them will be just for the sake of deep in. So I don't see any alpha there. So the concept is good, but it's not suitable for everything. People are getting excited without thinking deeply into their business, without thinking deeply into that vertical of deepin. So this is my personal opinion, and that's how I see it. So there is nothing, no innovation. That's what I wanted to say. There is no innovation from blockchain space. There is no innovation in RWS, AS. There's no innovation in any of this space like deepin or something. And now they're coming with a scammy, like narrative, D-science. So decentralized science. So where all the researchers will be working together, collaborating, and there will be a decentralized way of collaboration. Come on, like this kind of collaboration has been happening since ages, and that's how like researchers have always been doing. So researchers are not crying that they don't have a tool like in which they can do decentralized way. So it's just a narrative. We can all play with these narratives and make money. And I will tell you one mantra, and this is the mantra of this bull market. Don't try to be smart, you will not make money. Try to be as stupid as possible to make shitload of money. So if you're stupid, you will make shitload of money. If you're smart, then you will make nothing. This is the mantra of this particular bull market. Don't try to be smart at all. I was trying to be super smart, and that's why I didn't make any money in this cycle so far. So I want to be as stupid as possible, and only then it is possible to make money in this bull market. Because meme tokens, everyone knows, we have all been talking about it. You know, I still maintain meme tokens are useless, but I've changed my point of views about certain things. Especially after I met Murad in who is called as like meme tokens god. Like he was the one who ignited this. And I met him actually in Token 2049 in Singapore. He was just standing next to me, and I didn't even know who is this guy. But I saw him speaking on the stage about meme tokens. that, that was kind of funny on one way, but something what he was saying made really sense to me also. So I was kind of divided because my logical brain is saying what he's saying is not a stupid thing. It's right. It's right. Cryptos are purely speculative. You don't need use case. You don't need a product. You don't need anything. It's all purely speculative. That's it. It's as simple as that. Like we have to accept this with a pinch of salt, right? That's how it is. But on another way, like he was saying something about meme tokens and everything. Like that was a bit funny to me. So I had a brief discussion. I got his telegram things, and then I also wrote messages to him, and we exchanged a couple of messages. So it was a bit funny to have this conversation, but I really believe this guy, and I like this guy because he believes in what he is talking about, and that's extremely important to me because it doesn't matter like whether you tell me facts or friction, but you should have conviction in what you are talking about. Because if you believe in yourself, then you can do something. And if you don't believe in yourself, no one will believe in you. So that's very important. And he had this kind of very strong conviction with meme tokens. And he made like millions out of it. So anyway, like this cycle is meme cycle. So meme cycle is already going on. At the end of meme cycle, probably 10 or 20 meme tokens will be there, and afterwards all the other tokens will go to zero for sure. Take it from me. So don't even expect something great to happen. And all those generational wealth and everything, it's just painted by some people, and not many people are making money with meme tokens also. To be honest, I will be very honest with you. I have wasted nearly like 10 solanas so far putting in different kind of meme tokens. But like you will never get that lottery ticket of 1000x, 1000x, or 10,000x or something. Look, I met Ansem. Ansem is also very big guy in meme token space. So I was at the party of BitMax founder. BitMax founder is Arthur Hayes. So he made a party in Bangkok, and I had a personal invitation. I met him personally, spoke to him. Arthur is a very nice guy, the founder of BitMax. And also, Ansem is a very nice guy, very down to earth, very approachable, super smart guy. So I have bought these tokens also, but these people have bought much more before than us when it was just 1% up. So when we are buying something, it's already 100, 500x up. So probably it will go, probably it will not go. We don't know. It's just a kind of lottery tickets that we buy in the name of meme tokens. So why I'm telling you this one is don't go after memes so much. Uh, Chances are that you will lose more than you win. If you want to really take some bet, don't take more than 50 USDT per meme token. And try like 20 times or something. So I have something like a 1000 USDT budget. Put 50 each in 20 different meme tokens. Just spray it. See to that it has like considerably good market cap of about 20-25 million dollars. And then you can speculate it to go to like another 10 or 20x. So this should be your formula. Don't put more money into it. And all those people who are claiming like we are made like very big in this one, and those screenshots and everything, it's as true as the pizza delivery boy in the movie, like, which I can't say it publicly now. So it's all fake. Okay, like those big $10 million, $20 million, like, no, it's all fake. Like no one is making that one. And those people who are really making it, they're extremely lucky. They are one in a million. So it's not like for everybody. It's not possible. um so yeah, I mean, and this cycle is like that. So we should always be knowing about these things, about new trends that is coming about, and that's why I touched on these topics, such as RWAs, new blockchains, layer ones, layer twos, restaking, liquid restaking, um and of course like this D signs, D pins, all of this kind of space. So that's the market update for you. And let's hope Donald Trump is not just talking, but he will implement certain things also. Because there is one thing about having a vision and talking about it, And second thing is very important, and that's the most important thing, which is execution. So we have to see what he will really execute now. So it's not the time for talks anymore. It's finished. Now he's been elected, and we have to expect him to work on this one now. So once he takes some decisions and he moves towards that direction, and also what he has proposed is a strategic reserves of US dollars in Bitcoin. So if all these things comes, like I don't see any issue, like going even past 250K within this cycle itself. Um, so that's it, guys. That's the market update for you. Next one would be yeah. So BCUBE updates first, and then I will go to B3X topics. So BCUBE agents have been doing very, very good. And I'm not particularly saying good or feeling any proud things about the recent performances. But I'm very proud of it because it's been performing like that since, like middle of last year or something like that. So we performed very well in the range bound market. We performed very well in the bear market. We performed very well in the bull market. We are performing in all market condition. And in fact, like this has always been our goal, that we have to come out with trading agents that is performing in any market condition. That was always our theory, right? So we took our time. We took good amount of time because all the AI and all this kind of stuff, if you speak from research point of view, it's a lot of work. You need to make a lot of research on it before you get that alpha. So we tried very different things. We failed initially. We failed very bad. We came out with something. We failed again, and finally we found it. We successfully have it. So the performance has been very good. Because even in the kind of like very range bound bear markets, we really performed very well. And now finally the bull market is here, and we continue to do well. Yeah, I mean, like I have no doubts moving forward, like irrespective of market condition. Once again, even if we fall down too much or something, like we'll continue to do well. Um, and another major thing that I want to tell you, as an expert in this field, is you should not meddle with agents. So if you have, like, for example, excuse me, so any agents running, so don't try to cut the positions yourself, and don't try to make all these decisions. You see, like all those people like who were cutting the positions in between and stopped trading by cutting the API keys and everything. Look, they lost it. But if you see today, all those old positions are finished, and they are finished in very good profits. So you made all the money if you were just allowing the agents to do its work. If you want to do these things, then you don't need agents, right? Like the best thing that you can do is like trade yourself. But if you want something to trade on your behalf, because you don't have time and you cannot be in front of the screen all the time, and it's very tiring to select best strategy for you at the best time or something like that, that is why we have agents. So just allow them to do their work, and you do your work. Like you don't have to meddle with them. You don't have to think about them. You just have to believe them that they are doing work and they know what they are doing, and we just have to allow them to do their work. So we should not interfere in their business, right? So don't try to like unplug the API keys thinking like, oh no, 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 I will lose it, or like try to cut the positions thinking like, no, you are going to lose the money. You are not going to lose anything until the position is booked in loss. So until you sell something in loss, you haven't lost anything, absolutely nothing. And the way how you should use these trading agents is like you put some amount of money initially, and if you see some position being locked, don't panic, don't worry. It's fine. It's fine. We will be back. It's completely fine. One thing you understand, this is what I learned at Morgan Stanley, which my boss always used to tell me. The downside is always limited. The upside is not. Because even in the bear market, the Bitcoin like can crash 50%, 70%. But what happens afterwards? Can you make money being eternally short on any asset in the world? No. But can you make money being eternally long on something in this world? Exactly. You can do it. So that's why don't try to have that fear or something like that. Just allow them to do their work. They will do it. they will completely do it, and you don't have to worry about it at all. So just keep running them, and once you have like a fixed amount of money, you put it in case like if money is stuck with some of the positions, which can happen rarely, like even if it is open for like a couple of months or couple of weeks or something like that, add some more money and leave it off. So you have to see it as if like you're investing in a product. So it's, you don't think like, okay, this position is going to give me loss. No, it's not going to give you any loss. What you need to do is like you just need to fill it up with a little bit more money. That's it. You just fill it up more and forget it. Forget it. You just have to watch it sometimes, because there are some things which is not in our hand. For example, some exchange related issues, some exchange related API timeouts. So these things are not in our control, and we have some kind of monitoring system which we have made now. We are able to see it. Sometimes it happens that the account that we have linked with our monitoring system is fine, but for some clients it has not worked. So that we cannot see it from our monitoring system. So now we are developing something where all the accounts can be monitored at the same time also. So for these reasons, you can of course see your accounts or go through it, but don't try to like cut the positions, cut the API keys, and think like no no no, yeah, I'm getting panic like now what is going to happen. No, nothing is going to happen. You will lose money only when you book the losses. But we don't do that. We have never done it. We have done it very well. Out of every 25 trades, one loss trade is the kind of ratio that we have, which is an excellent ratio. So which is like 96% success ratio, which is amazing. So you don't have to worry about anything. Just leave it. And we are there to take care of it. And our agents are going to do amazingly well for all of us. So third topic is custodian services. So we have received a lot of emails, even recently about custodian services. Like we will be replying to everybody. We just had like, some compliance related subjects, and that we had to deal with the KYC, with several other things, with making those documents and every other thing. But so otherwise, like everything is fine. We will be sending out to you like very, very, very soon about all the details for the custodian services, and then we will start it. Because if custody is in our hand, excuse me, so we will be able to manage it. We'll discuss it with you. We will ask you a lot of questions like what is your financial goal? What would you like to achieve? Based on it, we will suggest you something, and then if you agree with that, then we can go ahead with that kind of custom portfolio, and we are going to manage it for you in a very, very, very nice way. Um, and the fourth topic is about the marketing and the tokens and token marketing and KOLs and everything. Like, look, for doing anything, the first thing is to get the market maker. And for DEX, there is not so many good market makers. Always I'm feeling like, okay, there is one very good market maker for DEX. Then finally, when I start to do my DD, my due diligence, I come to know like, okay, this guy like literally, dumped tokens of some project. And when I ask these people to clarify me on that, they're not able to give me a good explanation. The thing is like I understand trading better than them. I'm having institutional trading background. So if they try to think like, okay, coming from business side, I'm a CEO, I don't understand or something like that. I'm both a technical guy and a business guy and a trading guy. So I understand all parts of the things. So they're just bullshitting sometimes, telling me like, no, 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 it was not like exactly dump, and we had an algorithm which sold at like there is no such algorithm which will dump your tokens. Okay, it's not a dump algorithm. So I'm not able to find a very trustable people, and there are some people like whom my friends say that is trustable, but they are too small market making companies, and sometimes the founders are like anonymous. These things I don't like it at all. um like even my friends appreciate me that whether it's on Telegram, whether it's on Twitter, or whether it's somewhere else, I give my own picture, my own face, my own name, completely just like how it's on my legal documents. There are people like putting these monkey photos and NFT photos and having some kind of anonymous names. I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. So if you're so much privacy focused, then better like go somewhere else, like or become a saint and sit on top of Himalayas. Like you don't need to be in business. So I don't like this kind of anonymous people like doing business with me. If you want to be anonymous, you be anonymous. I don't have any issue. But when I am putting my trust of our hard-earned money and of our company things, which I'm answerable to so many stakeholders, then I want to see who you are, what you have done in your life before, what's your profile, where did you work before, all these things I need to know. So if I get a market maker like who can answer all these questions, then I'm completely open to like going with them for DEX market making, which means like they will do market making on Uniswap, on Ethereum chain for BCUBE. So slowly, like we need to increase the trading volumes, like from 5K, 10K, 15, 20, 25, 50, 100, 200K. So like that, slowly, 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 we have to do it, because if we do it immediately like that, again, like centralized exchanges will have some kind of doubts on you, like how did it suddenly go from like 1,000 to 100,000 like in just 1 week or something like that. It gives suspicion. And some people have explained to me also about these things, like what we have to be careful if we want to list on a centralized exchange. um, so once we build this kind of volumes, then like token holders will also come, and that will increase our number of token holders. That is also very important key performance indicators for exchanges. So they have some KPIs like number of token holders, trading volumes, social media engagement, and all these things. So if our Telegram is active, even if people are speaking about just markets or like product or agents or anything as such, still it's a very good sign for them. And you don't know, like when we are talking to exchanges itself, they're coming on the Telegram channel and they're there. They're not talking about anything, but just watching it. Okay, like they're just watching it every day. So if they see like only 10 chats a day, 5 chats a day, just some random good morning, good night, and hi, hello, it's not enough. Like there should be some very good communication there. So this is also very important. Like we need to have volumes, we need to have number of token holders increase, and thirdly, like we need to have you know good engagement on our social media networks also. So once this is there, then we will have to go for the PR campaigns, which is like going to Cointelegraph, going to like Be in Crypto and all these kind of publications. Once that is there, then we can go for like KOLs, because KOLs came last month. That's why we saw the rise from 9 cents to 16 cents. But they couldn't convince other people because we had like very low trading volumes. So other KOLs didn't come. So the KOL who wanted to work with us, he said like, alone, I will not be able to push it so much. I will need like 10 more people with me. So if they were supporting me, then it would have been great, but they're not supporting. So he dumped back his bag. So we came back to like that 9 cents. So now I know like exactly what they expect and what is needed for us to make it successfully. So that's why we need to get the market maker first. So once we have the market maker, we will have good volumes. Once we have good volumes, good token holders numbers will increase. Once that will increase, a lot of people will join our Telegram community and will increase our engagement even more than now, how much we have now. And once that is there, we will make good PR campaigns, we'll get the calls. And once all these things are happening, then we can go to centralized exchange. So the listing is still there, but we need to have some fundamental things. And before that, it's not possible. I spoke with all the centralized exchanges. They're all fine with the project. They're all fine with the founders. They are all fine with everything. But there is something that they need to see, and that is a kind of standard for everybody. So that protocol, we cannot just jump it. We have to follow it. Yeah, so the next subject would be B3X token sales. So we received all the SAFT agreements. We have sent out all the SAFT agreements, and we have got back a few SAFT agreements also. So the round is completely full. We will not be able to make any rounds for anybody else. Maybe for some people, as I already said in Twitter, like we'll make some exception, because they have actually been loyal. Maybe like once only small amount they have sold it, otherwise they have been holding it for a very long time. But as I said, we will not be making 10K allocation to them, but we'll be making like much lower than that one, like 50 to 70% lower than that. We'll make something like 2K, 5K, something like that. So we'll be sending out to you. So we are actually oversubscribed now. We wanted to sell like only 250K, but it is going to be a little bit more. But we can't do anything because we respect our token holders, we respect our investors, and especially those type of investors who have contributed not just in buying the tokens, because buying the tokens is one thing. We respect every investor, like even one BCube token, we respect them as well. Um, but we also respect a little bit more those people who just don't put the money, because if you just put in the money and if you don't do anything else, in the venture capital world, that's called as dumb money, because that's not giving you anything more. And there is another word in venture capital world, which is smart money. Smart money means the guys who are selected for top 25, because they're not just giving us the capital, but they're giving us their support, their time, and their creativity, and they support us like in every single way, whatever is possible from their side. So that kind of smart people should hold B3X token. That's always been my vision, because these are the people who can hold the tokens and not dump it like on the first day, like how it happened with BCube tokens. So if B3X token is with these kind of people, then we are all safe. We know like how the token can explode if it's not getting sold. And we are seeing, whom else like we can make allocation to. So that's why we'll make some small kind of allocation even for other loyal users. So we will be reaching out to them in the email, and they will all find it out on Monday. This is one thing. And there were like some of the questions concerning the token sale rounds and everything. Seed round is completely subscribed. So that $1 million round, the first one. Subscribed means like we have complete commitment for that particular round. So when I say commitment, like we haven't got the money yet, because the reason is simple that with BCube, we had like kind of good investors, kind of mediocre people, and kind of people like who were not good, honestly. But we just accepted money from them because we just needed to start off with something. But with B3X, I don't want to do the same mistake. So what I'm doing is like I'm trying to get interest from all the people, and I'm taking them to a situation where they are ready to wire the money to our bank accounts or to our wallets, but I'm just making them wait a little bit, which is totally fine, and that's how it works in this industry. And even after getting the money, sometimes you will give back the money and say that's not possible, I don't need it now. So all these are possibilities. So I'm looking for good investors. I already have like few good names, well-known names. um, but I'm looking for like really some other type of name like which I have in my mind. So I will be able to convince them. I will be able to bring them on board. That's why we have not said anything yes or no to them so far. So our main goal and our main priority is to get those kind of investors. So if I tell a name, like you should be able to know it. For example, Animoko brands. If I tell Animoko brands, like everybody knows it. They backed Board Ape Yacht Club. Um, yeah, all this kind of like big NFTs, metaverse and sandbox and whatnot. So I just want to be like in close connection with these kind of VCs. That's why we will take some time before saying yes to them. Otherwise, like seed is finalized. So that private round, like 1.8 million, like that we haven't spoken to anybody yet. So we have not even spoken to that yet. So whomever we are actually speaking to right now, we are just speaking about this $1 million seed round, because we just want to make sure like the good people come first, they make the allocation, and then we go to the next one. Because last time what happened, like we made the community round in the beginning itself. So everything was finished. And when I went to Woodstock Fund, the like Woodstock Fund is one of the topmost funds in the crypto space. The CEO invested as an angel investor in BCube, but he could have made his fund to invest with us. But why it didn't happen was a simple reason that we gave community all the tokens, and very less token was there, and he didn't like that tokenomics. They wanted to be at the first place. So if they were there, it would have been very different today. because we could have been on a centralized exchange at the beginning itself with very big names, and many things could have been possible. So all those things didn't happen because we made everything too early. So the whole structure of the tokenomics was designed in such a way that this time that VCs will be happy, investors will be happy, community will be happy, everybody will be happy. Look, it's always good to have like a small piece of a very big pizza than having like a very small cake for yourself. Because even if you have like one small cake for yourself, it's just a small thing. But if you have like a small slice in a big pizza, that's a lot of food for you. So in the same way, like it doesn't matter what price you buy, where you buy or something. It's all like stupid thing to even think about it. Because if you have seen the recent token sales and where they got listed and how much money retail made, like it's mind blowing. Because if good backers are there and if we are listing on a good exchange with a very good market maker, then even at the price what you have bought, it will still be like 10x or 20x on the day of listing. So all that matters is like who is backing you, who is there, and how strong is your fundamentals. So we thought about all these things, and that's why we designed the structure in this way. And like one or two have asked, I think one or two people like have asked Zero about like, oh yeah, we are loyal, customers, we are loyal users of BCube. Like, so why we can't get at this price and price can be changed? Like this time I'm not listening to any of these things. Like, so uh, keep emotions away. Let's do business. Okay. Emotions and business are two different things. You have to do business with emotions, but you should not do business emotionally. And there is two different things here, and it's very different thing, right? So don't bring in your emotions. Like you just have to focus on what is the bigger picture, the bigger goal, and the bigger goal is something very very huge here. It's absolutely huge. Just like the meme of Donald Trump saying huge. It's like that. It's really huge. So we have to focus on that and we have to make it very big. And how do we make it big is to get very big names as backers, going in big centralized exchanges, getting a very badass market makers. These three are the best recipe for going to multi-million dollars in market capitalization. And that is going to happen. That is inevitable. That is absolutely inevitable. And it's definitely going to happen. So we have thought about all these things and designed that kind of structure. And we are very well, like towards our goal of going towards that one. And some people had even some kind of doubts, and our like our our support executive like was passing on all the questions to me. I just summarized and I just had a like a 40 minutes call with him, and I explained all the situations because I know who are the people and what is the context. He understood, and I think like he has answered to everybody, which has given answers to your question. So all good. The reason why I make this kind of AMS is to have a live chat, face-to-face chat with everybody. Because in this industry, everybody makes a recorded one, and I don't do that because it's not manly to do this kind of recorded things. It has to be like in a very brave way. Like you face the people, you answer to them, you get their questions, and make them clear. But if people can't come, that's totally fine. I understand. Like Saturdays, you will have to go somewhere out and you don't have time to be in front of the computer. It's totally fine. I understand. But that will not prevent you or stop you from giving the questions to Zero, or like in some other way, like letting us know about it so that we can answer your question. But later on you will come back and ask some question like, look, then we don't have time at that point in time, and we don't need to answer all these extra questions also. So I'm sorry, like I will not be able to answer because our resources are very small. Our time is very precious. I want to invest my time on something which is far more rewarding to me than answering questions later on. I've given enough chances. So if people don't have time for this one, then I definitely don't have time. I have bigger things to take care of. So next one, like I will go to one last point about B3X before going to the question and answer sessions. I already have some questions. I will be answering that. But before that, the last one. So the team has been completely assembled for B3X. You have all seen like we have a very experienced team in the relative the fields in which they will be acting in this project. And we are also getting like one more very big name in the project. So he will be hired within, we have already hired him, but he will be joining like within next 15 days. So it is going to be amazing because the first version, what we are launching, the perpetual trading DEX plus the DeFi protocol on top of it. Um, this one will be on Injective. We are using the SDK of Injective, which means we will use the order books from Injective. They will provide the liquidity to us. So we don't need any liquidity provider. We don't need any market maker, nothing. They are providing everything to us. And everything else is built by us. So the major thing is order matching system and order books. These things are supplied by Injective. That's the reason why we are going to Injective as our first place. But in Q2 2025, we are launching our own custom perpetual trading DEX. So when I say custom, which means like order books also belongs to us. Liquidity pool belongs to us. Everything belongs to us. It's like building a Binance from the scratch. And we will have everything there. For example, if you go on Uniswap or any other kind of decentralized exchanges, you will have to take your stable coin to swap it with something or something else like that one. But on our decentralized perpetual trading exchange, you will be able to buy USDT on the exchange itself, trade, and sell that USDT to euro to get it back into your bank account. So everything is possible inside the decentralized perpetual trading DEX, and you can trade up to 1000x in leverage. So try your luck. If you can try your luck in meme tokens, if you can try your luck in Lotto, if you can try your luck in like lottery tickets or anything else, why not 1000x? Just try your luck. So there will be so much of innovations there because we will be the first one to bring the synthetic tokens of real world assets, which means the Tesla stocks, Apple stocks, Nvidia stocks, everything tokenized in the form of a crypto. There is a lot of things which is coming, and there is no such platform like B3X. That is for sure. And once it comes, like everybody will be very, very, very surprised. So this is the product thing, and the one what we are building on Injective that will go live next month. We have like some very small development work. We are just trying to make a lot of tests to see to that like it's perfect when we release it. Then we are auditing. We found the auditor also, so it's been finalized already. So around Christmas, like you can expect it. And I request all the community members to trade with good amount of money. Bring your friends and family. We have a very good referral scheme. You can get money in USDT for every referral that you make. So bring in a lot of people. Let's reach like a very commendable TVL. Once we reach very, very good TVL, I can promise you a very, very, very big ride with B3X tokens because now we are in decentralized exchange world. Okay, like before we were in CFI, centralized exchange with b-cube. So centralized exchange, people, I don't know so many people, but I know a lot of people who are in decentralized world. And these people are going to back us like no one else. It's going to be huge. So I can promise you a lot of things. Help us to get that very, very, very amazing big TVL. So once we have like, $1 million in TVL, $2 million in TVL, $5 million in TVL, sky's the limit. So then we can be even like a $500 million company or like even more. That is absolutely possible because if you see any perpetual trading DEX out there, and if you see the TVL to market cap ratio, if you see their revenues to market cap ratio, I'm doing all these kind of mathematical equation because only then you will come to know the valuation of a perpetual trading DEX. Like how are you going to value a perpetual trading DEX? If you go to DeFi Llama, which is a website where you can see the revenues, the TVL, the transaction volumes, the fees that you get, every single thing, you can get all the details there. So on this one, when I'm going and checking it out, B3X is already extremely undervalued, even at this current valuation. So it's going to be amazing, right? All you have to do is get as many people as possible on B3X. Let's get the trivial, like total value lock between $1 to $2 million. Well, when we launch in the first week or first 2 weeks, once we are there, it's going to be amazing. And then when we are listing the token, we are going to go to only tier one exchange. No compromise on that. So once we go on a tier one exchange, it's going to blast very, very badly. And this is going to be completely different things because we have onboarded like very different people for that. starting from the BCube team and the B3X team with all the new great people that have joined. I'm very proud about my team. I'm very proud about the people that have joined this mission, this vision that I have, and to make my vision come true. So it's amazing. Team is amazing, and also the external people, because I'm not the same person like whom I used to be 3 years ago. Because in this 3 years ago, I have met so many people, great people, amazing people, very famous people. All these people are going to help us a lot, because I didn't know these kind of people before, because I was not going to these kind of places, because there was no real need to go to these kind of places also, because BCube is a centralized finance project. And all these people speak more about decentralized finance thing, but now we are in decentralized finance, so we are one among you. So that's how, like, my network effect, the people that I know, all these things is going to play a huge role in this role. So that's how B3X will be, scaling going forward. So, so guys, like, now I will take the questions what people have asked in the last weeks. They have been forwarding all these questions to Zero. I think I've answered few questions already about how the rounds are going, the seed and the pre-seed and private sale and all these things. So I've answered that question already. Um, so there are few people like who felt like left behind because they were also loyal holders. Like there is one message from Jerry Crooney. Jerry Crooney. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your family name perfectly or not, but Jerry is your first name, so I'm doing good there. So Jerry, like I have your message. I think like one of our staff have got back to you on the allocation that you asked for. We have seen on the blockchain data there are many people on the loyal list, like they haven't sold it also, but we made the priority to those people like who had a lot of value. Like for example, whoever is there on this call, I know them by name, and most of the people I have met in real life, like Dennis, for example, we have met in real life. And Jolt, I don't know from how many years I know him. Like we know each other from almost a decade or more than that. So we are good, like good friends. Like we know each other very well. So TB I know very well, Zero I know, Simon I know. So all these people like Alan I know. So we've all met in real life. Like so it's a very different thing. And Henrik, we have had a couple of phone calls sometimes when I needed some advice. I've taken advice from several people. Like I'm not against taking advices, but I'm against taking advices from people who are not qualified to give me any advice. So, but if I feel like that there is somebody like who can give me advice, I've always approached them, and I got some very good advice, just like how I did it with Henrik. So these are the people like who have really added value, a lot of value. They've been active on our social media, they've been active on everything. So I thought like these 25 people deserve more than anybody else. So it's not just about investing, because investing you can find in any way. Like in the beginning of the year, we saw how our tokens was flying from 4 cents to 80 cents in a matter of 3 months, right? So we saw it. Money will come, money will come, money will go. Like, and that's not something to think about, but it's about the value that we create. It's not about the price. And there is difference between price and value. Price comes and price goes, but the value remains the same. So all these people have built that value of community, that value of belongingness. So that it was very important. So we selected based on it. But of course, we will make some exceptions, and we will look into it. And those people will definitely get um, the answers. And and actually, there was one more question from another person, like who wanted us to change the prices of community pre-sale and public sale and everything to create a huge difference between this one. Bob, forget all these things. It won't happen. Okay, like we spent like nearly weeks to come out with this tokenomics, and I've taken a lot of guidance from many experts in tokenomics and many experts from people like who have listed their tokens even on Binance, for example. And I asked them how it worked out and what needs to be, good for us to get listed tomorrow on a big centralized exchange, what they see as a key factor, how it has to happen. All these things matters a lot because now, if I go to VCs and I tell them like, look, we are filling out the community round, it will create a FOMO in them. It will create like, oh my goodness, like they're filling it out at a higher valuation. Like now I have to get in. Now I have to get in. Like maybe it will just go away otherwise. So that's how you will create a FOMO in them. If you just go to them and say, like, look, I'm just coming to you. I don't have anything else. You don't have a leverage. Always in business, if you have to negotiate, you need to have a leverage. If you don't have leverage, you are not doing business. You are a slave. You are a servant. And you should not be a servant or a slave in business. You have to be a boss. And if you have to be a boss, you need to have leverage. And that's what exactly I'm creating. Like I've heard about a story, and I will tell you this story. There was a man who went to World Bank president, and he said, like, make my son the president of the World Bank. And the president of the World Bank said, like, what? Are you mad? Like, who do you think your son is? He said, like, my son is the son-in-law of Bill Gates. He said, oh, wow. Okay, then I will think about it. And the same guy went to Bill Gates and he said, like, you know what? Your sister, your daughter is very pretty and she should marry my son. And he said, like, who is your son? And he said, my son is the next World Bank president. You see, you have to play the games both the sides, and both the sides will happen at the same time. You have to be smart and you need to have this kind of leverage. And that's exactly the game I'm playing here. So I know why the prices were priced like that, and I know who is going to get benefited from it. And I know how much our community is going to get benefited from it. So when I know the things, when I know what I'm doing, because even if you do stupid things, it doesn't matter, but you should know what you are doing, right? So I exactly know what I'm doing, and I exactly know more what I should not do this time. So it's not about knowing the things in life. It's about knowing what you should not do in life. That's the most important thing because that is something which nobody will tell you. And everybody will tell you once you fail. Like, look, I told you before, but nobody will tell you before it happens. Right. So, with my experience with B-cube token sale and how the token sale happened, how the tokenomics was designed, and how the listing happened on Uniswap, and how we didn't go to CX listing very early, and how we should have more focused on the marketing than the product itself, because we have amazing product. We have one of the greatest product in this industry. There is no comparison to our product like anywhere else in this industry. Honestly, I'm telling you. If you go on like any other marketplace, if you see that one, every week they are changing algorithms, every month they are changing algorithms. It's something like that. It start to lose, but we have consistently done it. We have like filed real AI patents. We have real AI trading agents. We have everything. But look at our market cap, it's shit. But I can tell you like a lot of other projects like where they don't have any product, they don't have anything, but they're in billions of dollars. God knows why. And it's just because like, that's how crypto works. That's crypto. We have to take it with a pinch of salt. So I learned all these trades now, and I became a pioneer of understanding how the tokenomics works and how the market will perceive the tokens and how the market will perceive all this business. And I'm doing exactly that. And you will be like truly, truly, truly very happy going forward. So there is no change whatsoever in the tokenomics, and everything will remain as it is. There were like a couple of other questions, which was about like what will be the new use case of the B-cube tokens if everybody is going to custodian. Look, there is two sides of the answers for this one. So it's there is two sides for everything, right? Even for a coin, like head and tail. So let me just go with one side of the story. One side of the story is if everybody is going to custodian, we are making far more money than what we are making now with the subscription-based money. So which means we are capital positive, which means on balance sheet, we will be highly profitable. So if we are highly profitable, if we have like a lot of cash reserves, same thing can be used in buying back the tokens and burning. there is another thing about, sharing some of the profits that we get for people who are staking the BCube tokens. So you can get like some kind of passive income with profit sharing, like what we are making, but we don't call it as profit sharing, of course, but we will call it as like staking rewards. So this is one thing, and we can always like burn the tokens and make the prices to go up and make the token to be very scarce. This is other thing. We can also make like some of the elite products um, possible only to access with staking. So these are like three things that we can make it like to give a new use case to the token: the profit sharing, elite products, access to it, and different kind of things that I explained. So these are some of the ways to do it. But if you see it on another side of the token, listen, like there is no such thing as like there needs to be a use case for a token. This very thinking and this very way of seeing the things actually will make you disappointed, and no token will pump if you think in this way. Token don't need to have any use case. This is the first and foremost theory of Murad. You have to watch the Murad's talk on meme tokens, which he gave in Singapore Token 2049. Murad, Murad, Murad. You have to watch Murad's speech given on 18th or 19th of September in Singapore during Token 2049. He speaks about meme tokens, and you have to speak about that. And you know what? I said to you, like what he said makes sense. He says uh, projects don't need to have the tokens, and token doesn't need to have a product. It's absolutely true. I'll just give you an example. Make a lot of research today on this one. Sandbox, which is a popular token, like a game token, metaverse token, it has no use case. Absolutely nothing. Of course, you can buy the lands, or you can buy NFTs, you can buy everything within their ecosystem. But on the same platform, you can do the same thing even with Ethereum. So you don't need to really have a sandbox token to make it happen. No, you can do the same thing even by having Ethereum also. So then why it is going up so much? Market effect. Because people don't ask in those communities like what is the use case of this token, and only use case what they have is like governance. So if you want governance, if you want BCube to become a DAO, we can do it. You vote for it, we make the resolution if it makes you happy and if it is a use case for you. For me, it's not a use case, maybe one of the use cases, but it's not an absolute use case, right? Because who cares about all these directions of the company and everything? Because honestly, there is a team and they are professionals, and everybody, all you people and every community believe in their leaders to lead the company, to take the company towards the success, to deliver it for them. And that's the job of the founders, that's the job of the team, to deliver it for their investors, right? So investors and customers, if they start to like dictate how the company has to be run or something like that's not the way, and that's not how it works, and it will not work also. It has never worked, even historically speaking. So that's not how it works. So what I'm trying to say is like this very concept of like a token needs to have a use case. It's it's a fact like which has been created by some people, which is not true. Most of those tokens that you see on coin market cap, they don't have any use case. What is the use case of XRP Ripple? What is the use case of IOTA, which used to be like very darling like many years ago? What is the use case of like Sandbox? What is the use case of Decentraland? Nothing. Within their ecosystem, they just have like some kind of very small use cases, but they don't have any big use cases. They don't have like any considerable things. And worst part is within their ecosystem also, you can just do it without even having the token. So this is the reality. So we don't need to have it. Look, token for me, as Murad says, it's about community. It's about different people coming from different backgrounds, from different countries, from different cultures, getting together, making something for a good cause, for a greater cause together. And in this one, we are all united. And to show that unity, we all have the tokens. So we are just building a kind of like group of people who believe in a mission. And we all believe in a mission. I'm sure like not only people who are on this call, but even many more people who are not on this call believe in the mission of BCube. believe in the mission like what we are going towards. And everybody believes in us who are running the company. And we have never disappointed anybody. We were there, we are here, we will always be there. We will always be here to fight for a good product, to fight for good conditions, to fight for the token price. We will fight for everything one at a time. And we go full on. We haven't let down anybody. We are in the process. We will be there. So this very concept of like use case, use case, use case, that will not help anybody, in my opinion. So just need to have one thing in mind. And that's the reason why I'm speaking about Murad, that you really need to watch his video, because he speaks about meme tokens, but that is applicable to almost any token. That the product doesn't need to have a token, and token doesn't need to have a product. So token is completely different. It's about the community. It's about having a membership in something. It's a membership, and we are united in that vision. And if we are bringing many more people to the same vision, and if they use the products like b-cube, for example, we really have a good product. We really have a real product that can be used. And it's not like other things like where you cannot use that token anymore. For example, if you are a community member of some NFT project, you can have those NFTs. Otherwise, like you're just having a token for speculation. You don't have anything else. But with us, you're having token, plus you have our product, which you can very well use it for something, for giving you passive income, for making some investments, anything. You can really use that. So there is a big thing already. So you need to understand about things, and that's my take on this particular subject. So there was also another question concerning, about this percentages per trade and fixed amount per trade. So how it is working right now is like, imagine you have set up 20% per trade. So you will have $100. So in that one, the first 20% is 20 USDT. And when the second trade is happening, there is $80. In $80, it's 20% of $80, which is $16. So imagine you made money with the second trade, but you lost money with the first trade, you're still losing money because it's in terms of percentages. Now we received a request like it should be exactly like, okay, you have like 100 USDT. And for that 100 USDT, first one will be 25%, which is $25. And it should be exactly 25, 25, 25 for next three things also. We can't do that. It's impossible because it's not a hard coded thing. And in exchange, like your money will fluctuate, thinking on whether there is profit or whether there is loss. So if we hard code the things, then the extra profits or losses what you have made will be again having a difference. So that's not going to work. So we are releasing the V2 very, very soon, where you can have your notional value as your, like the money per trade. For example, if you want to trade with, if you're having 1,000 US dollars, you want to trade $100 with every single trade, you can just say $100 per trade, and $100 will be used for every single trade. So even if there is 10 trades, equally, it's like $100 each. So in this way, like you will have a much better option, but we will have both the option, like what we are having percentage wise now, plus notional wise, both you will have it. So you can use what you want. That's left to you, but we are making it possible. And this was our promise to come up with this particular, feature. And that's exactly what we are delivering now. So this is another thing. So I think these were the questions that we received. I don't know if there was any other question that we received that was not covered during this. Yeah, I'm just searching. I'm just having a look at all the messages. Um, Zero, just correct me if I'm wrong. That if I actually have addressed all the questions, I think yes. But if there is anything more like, then please let me know. Correct. Then I will check some messages here in the meantime to see like if there is any other question that is not covered here. This purchase globally it become. Mm, Okay. So agents were busy when we were having the call here. That's great. Um, I- um, why do you need a market maker on a automated market maker like Uniswap? The pool is the counterpart of your trade. That's true, but still, we when there is not so much of buying and selling happening, that needs to be artificially traded by somebody. So they will make an algorithm in which like it will buy and sell. So it's basically just buying and selling, but they will do it in a different way, like at different prices. It's kind of like DCA, like when it comes down and like when it goes up, like they will again buy and sell. Theoretically, yes. Practically, it's not needed because AMMs are the market makers. So there is no need for any external market makers to be there, like in a centralized order book system or what we call as like CLOB, like centralized limit order books. But in Uniswap, like if we want to increase the volumes, this is the only way to have somebody to make it trade to attract the volumes. Thomas, I still haven't got a SEFT. I'm starting to worry that for some reason I'm not receiving these emails. Actually, I went through the emails and it was already sent to you, but I will speak to our compliance officer and I will get back to you. And I know like even Tom also has not received it, so it's in my mind. We are waiting for Monday to deal with this situation. Um, you said many people want to get community allocation. Token price is just 9% below. Is that public price the starting price when B3X gets listed? CX becomes tradable for the first time. Now, a public price is the threshold minimum. Let's say, let's put it that way. So it doesn't have to be this price at the listing. It can be even much more than that. We can add liquidity at much higher price than even the public price also. But if you are asking bare minimum would be yes, public price as the minimum listing price. Um, I saw that already existing B3X token is in Gate.io. Isn't it a problem if the name is already used somewhere else? Yeah, I'm aware of it. I saw it actually. You brought into my attention some time back. And then thank you for that, Thomas, for doing that. I did check on this one. So probably when we actually create a ticker on ERC20 token protocol, then we will have some other ticker. We will not have B3X, but as of now, the project name will be b3x.ai. That will not change. But the ticker name is going to change for sure. So tentatively it is b3x, but it will be something else when we list it. But we are going to change it not to have confusion between the token that is already listed on Gate and ourselves. I don't see the SAFT agreement in my inbox. We'll wait until Monday. What's your real name? Javi. Javi, I think I saw you in the email, like it was already replied to you. But anyway, I will just add you on those list of Tom and Thomas. Tom, Thomas, and Javi. Like, okay, I will just have you people in this one. But there are some people who didn't get the email also, and that's simply because in the subject line you didn't write 10K special allocation. You wrote something else, like with a question mark, with the B3X tokens or something. And many of the times, such emails, what we get is a spam email. So we don't pay attention towards that. And that subject line is very, very important. That's how we recognize it's coming from people like whom we know. So if you haven't done it, like please do it again. Like you just check it in your, sent email history. If you have not put that 10K special allocation in the subject line, we might have not seen it, but I think 99% of the people have done it correctly. I still haven't gotten the agreement as well. Could you look after it? Wow. Okay. Quite a lot of people. Okay. I will just write down your names. Just a minute. But I'm very well aware of Thomas, Tom, Harvey, and TB. Okay. Perfect. Cool. I will ask my compliance officer to look into it and send you all the SAFT agreement as soon as possible. Um, cool. So any question, guys? Besides the things that we have already covered. Um, there are other cases with same tickers. It can be checked in CoinGecko CoinMarketCap. We could keep the ticker if b3x.ai will be more recognizing than the other project, because when someone looks at it, for our b3x will be the first one in the list. B3X, we can keep it, but .ai is not possible as a ticker. I have not seen that so far. Like these dots and special characters are not possible. But we can keep it like B3X AI, but it's too big. It should be like small and sweet. And also people can mistake, because b-cube, for example, is b-cube. Like there is no doubt. Like there is one b and there is cube, like one letter and one word together. But here, like B3X AI, if we are keeping it, it's kind of confusing. So yeah, B3X, if the other project. Okay, let's see. Um, cool. So if there is any other questions, I'm ready to take your questions and to clear it. Please, did I understand it right way? First, B3X is listed on DEX, and then we go for sex. Oh, sorry, I am getting a hiccups a lot today. Um, so to answer the question of Philippe, I don't think we will go for DEX. We will directly go for centralized exchange listing for B3X tokens. We will not go for DEX most probably. And 6 months later, when our custom DEX comes, we will list B3X and b-cube on our own custom DEX. This DEX thing is like a never-ending game. It's a monkey business, in my opinion, because today you will list it on Ethereum. Tomorrow you want to impress somebody else, so you launch it on Solana, and day after tomorrow you want to impress Arbitrum, so you will launch that by adding some liquidity. So it's never-ending game. Like you keep adding, like, and every week there is a new chain coming up, so it won't help. So we go directly to centralized exchange, a big one, directly. Philippe, your phone was ringing, and like here my hiccups are ringing. Like okay, like I will go again once again. Like so, what I was telling is we will not, most probably 99% we will not go for decentralized exchange listing. We go directly for centralized exchange listing on a top tier exchange for B3X tokens. So we will not be listing it on any decentralized exchange on any chain or something. We will directly launch it on a centralized exchange, big one. Hold the breath to kill the hiccup. I did it last time, but it created another problem, but it didn't help. But but yes, I can try. Um, okay. What makes X recognized a token? B3X clickable if the token exists in a chain. I don't know if it is really the problem of X or 3 in between, but when we make the dollar sign B3X, it's not coming like a clickable format. I've observed it also. I think it's about the number which is coming in between the two alphabets. But we will think about it. Like anyway, we have not decided on yet, but b3x.ai is the name of the product and the brand. That will always be there. That's not going to change, but ticker might be different. Cool. So, okay, guys, like, that's it, I think. So we can stop it here, and I will be uploading the video very soon, like probably in next 30 minutes. So what I want to tell you is like, B-cube and B3X, both are going well in their own direction. We will keep this momentum and we will go super fast. And for me, like when I can say that, like, okay, something I did and I'm happy is when I see $1 billion of market cap for B-cube and $1 billion market cap for B3X. When it happens, the $2 billion companies, that's the time when I can say, like, okay, I did something in life. So until that, like, I don't think like I have done something yet. It doesn't matter how much I work hard and what I do. Um, but these are some kind of milestones. Of course, financial things is not everything. There are many other things to do the things about solving the real problems and delivering right things for customers. We have already doing that. We are already doing that one. So we have come out with a very good product already. We are serving our customers. They are very happy about it. So the next mission would be to, go towards that $1 billion mark. I know how to go to that. I need like a little bit more resources. I need a little bit more things to make it happen. Make it happen. It's like I know how to make it, but I need more things. Like Winston Churchill, when the World War was going on. United States president called him and he said, like, what the hell is happening in Europe? Like, what do you want? Stop the war. He said, like, give me the tools and I will finish the job. That's what exactly he said. He wanted tools to finish the job. And when US sent him the tools, he finished the job. So that's how it is. So I just need the tools and I will finish the job. And I'm getting those tools very, very, very soon. Very soon. And I made all the arrangements for these things to happen. So all these things have been planned very, very well about B3X and B-cube and the intersection between these two things, how they will have a beautiful synergy, wonderful synergy. And with this synergy, like how these two companies will go, how one company will catch attention, which will eventually lead, attention to another project also. So these are all interrelated, interconnected, and that's how we have been doing the things. So we will have like a glorious future, just like our products, and nothing is going to be the same ever with the launch of B3X. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Everything is going to be very, very different and drastically different this time. Because the first time when we made B-cube, I did a couple of mistakes because this was my first venture in crypto. And there were like many learnings that I needed. And this industry works very weird in a very different way than the traditional finance that I knew before. So now I understood how this degen thing works. So now I became a degen myself. And once you become a degenerate, once you meet this kind of fellow degens, and when you meet like different kind of people, you try to understand the psychology of how this whole industry works. And as I said before, probably even now, I have not figured out many things yet, like how to do the things or what I have to do. But I have definitely figured out now what I should not do. And that is very important thing here. So with all this experience that has come with B-cube and things that I did that worked and the thing that I did which didn't work and the things what I could have done better from the beginning itself, which I didn't do. Um, and some things like what I could have done better at the later stage, which I didn't do also. So I've learned a very big lesson in all these things. So no person is without any flaw. Everybody have their things, but it's always about learning from your mistakes that makes you something different. So that's exactly what I have done. I have learned everything from the lesson of B-cube, and I've taken pages from that book so that I can build a very, very strong chapter with B3X, which will eventually lead to B-cube's explosion as well. So B-cube will keep going on as a centralized finance project. We will expand it. We are going custodian. We have like commitments for few $1 million already from retails and some kind of like small institutions so far managing treasury and these kind of things. So all this money is going to come there. Centralized finance, it will go on. B3X will be decentralized finance. It will go on. So we are going to have a rocking future, which we never ever had so far. And this is my promise to you. And whatever I have promised to you so far, I have delivered it. And this time it will not be something different. Definitely it will be delivered. You're seeing the products like initially we didn't get it, right? We didn't get it. We struggled a lot. And then we got it. We got it. There is nothing that you can't get. Once you are after something, you will get it, but you should put completely your focus on that. And you should believe that, yes, it is going to happen, and you should never ever give up. And I am the person like who will never ever give up. I will only give up only if I die, if I'm not there anymore, because I can't do anything else. But still, I will try to get into someone's body, possess them, and try to do complete my work. That's a different story. But what I am saying is like otherwise, it's simply not possible for me to give up at all. And that's why when we got into problem with BCube, I was not thinking about the survival. I was thinking about how to take this opportunity to become even bigger. Because if someone throws stone at you, a stupid person will take the stone and hit him back in revenge. But I'm a kind of person, if somebody hits stone at me, I'll think about collecting those stones to build my house. So this is exactly what we did when we got into the problem with BCube. So we not just came out of the problem of BCube, but we are constructing something, a big empire now, which will eventually lead to domino effect in a very great positive way for everything. So guys, that's it. We will take both BCube and B3X to moon. Now there is a lot of responsibility. There is a lot of works to do. We are already putting on like, 80 hours a week. This is my typical schedule now, like much more than that. Sometimes it can be 90 hours a week. But we have to make it. There is no other way. We have to do it. That is something like which is passion. And that is something like which gives purpose to our life. So this is a very big purpose because we didn't start BCube to make money, because if making money was really a kind of intention, I can go back to Morgan Stanley or something else. They will pay me a 6-digit salary and I can make like lots of money with that one. That's not alone my things, because money will come when you work for the things. But giving efficient financial products to retail customers, to everybody. That was the motto of BCube. It is still there and it will always be there. But now we are going after all the DeFi protocols, because enough of these people's hegemony, enough of these people's dominance. They give you peanuts, 4%, 5%, 6% per annum APR. What is that? Like you can sit in front of a temple or a church and you can beg and you will get like 20% APR there doing nothing. And you have to like put all those money on these DeFi protocols to get 6%, 7%, 10%. Enough of these things. Now B3X is coming to steal their money, to steal their sleep, to steal everything, and we will be dominating this space, because nobody is giving this type of APR what we have on BCube now. If we put it on a decentralized version of it, in a decentralized version, if we are able to give like 30%, 40%, 50%, 100% APR, which is a real APR, which is not like you have some tokens, so I'm giving you some more tokens, like to more and more token emission. It's not that. It's a real yield coming from real profitable trading. So that's where we are heading towards. And we will have like amazing journey together, guys, this time. Having said this, I wish you all a great week ahead and a wonderful weekend. Take care of yourself and let's build something together. We are in this together. We are one family. We are one people. We are in the same mission. We are having the same mission. We are having the same everything about it. And that's why we are in it and we will always be in that. Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.